The day has finally come and it's time for me to do my Oscar predictions. This award season has been all over the place, but it's okay because I think it makes it a lot more exciting to not know who's gonna win. I've finally seen The Secret Agent, so now I can adequately predict who's gonna win Best Picture. Now, don't worry, if you haven't seen all the Best Picture nominees, it's okay. I'm gonna give you the rundown of all 10. I'm gonna predict which one is gonna win Best Picture, and I'm also gonna predict these other categories. I'm gonna start off with Train Dreams. I think this is my least liked movie out of all the Best Picture nominees. I did enjoy the cinematography. I think it is a beautifully shot movie, but it lacks a lot of the soul that it's kind of portraying. It seems like it is a heartfelt movie about a man, living his life, looking for his daughter, looking for his wife, and hoping that they'll eventually come back. And while it is a heartfelt sentiment, the movie is like a slow pacing movie, but it's not edited slowly. We don't sit in moments long enough. It's just missing that heart and soul. So I understand what it was going for, but outside of maybe the literal last sequence, that last little montage, I didn't feel much. And honestly, I don't really know how it made it to the Best Picture nominee list. No shade. Frankenstein is the kind of movie where it's missing something, but you're not quite sure. I watched this movie twice. I watched it when it first came out on Netflix, and then I watched it again recently just as a refresher. And there's something about it. Jacob Elordi's performance is good. Oscar Isaac's performance is also good, even though their performances seem like they're in two different movies a little bit. Completely sure what's missing. I understand the concept. I understand the father and son dynamics. I understand the generational trauma that gets passed down. It's all there, but still, something is not there. It's like it's missing that magic to tie it all together and make it feel like a complete thing. And people keep talking about the CGI, which I understand. I mean, this movie does have a little bit of a Netflix gloss and Netflix sheen, even though a lot of what was shot on set was practical. He didn't use too much CGI, which is why the fact that it feels super CGI is like, why are we putting all this? We're making this movie look faker than it needs to look. And I feel like that contributes to some of that magic being lost. F1, I feel like F1 is supposed to be this season's villain. It's supposed to be this year's Emilia Perez, which I don't think it really is. I think it's just like we need one blockbuster movie that needs to be in Best Picture. I watched it. It was exactly what I could expect. And that doesn't mean it's bad. It's just basic summer blockbuster. It gets a little redundant, but it's fun. I had a fun time. Brad Pitt, Damson Idris, one working actor. I mean, at least somebody's racing, because Fast and Furious doesn't even know what that is anymore. Marty Supreme, this is a movie I watched twice. I watched it first by myself and then I watched it again with my husband. This movie, I think if you boil it down, feels like a not as good Uncut Gems. I think there's a couple of reasons for that. I think this movie was a little bit longer than it needed to be, and it got away from itself too many times. I'm okay with the chaos and the obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. That is fine. I feel like that is a Safdie staple at this point, but one, it can get redundant, and especially in a movie like this where it seems like table tennis is the main thing. Table tennis is what it's all about. We veer off from table tennis way too much. The movie was about him getting to Japan in pursuance of that dream, which felt like the B story instead of the A story, which made it weird. That being said, I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed my time watching it. I still really enjoyed Timothée Chalamet's performance. And I know that Timothée Chalamet is the season villain right now. This movie kind of falls in the middle of my favorites in the Best Picture nominee list. Sentimental Value is such a heartfelt movie, and even if it's not your vibe, which I don't think personally it was my vibe, you will still feel it. I think everybody can relate to family dynamics. Everybody can relate to just having an estranged relationship, if not with a parent, with a family member. And this movie kind of digs into the dirtiness and the depths of that, and how it can just be a messy situation for everybody involved. I like Joaquin Trier. I really, really enjoyed Worst Person in the World. I don't think this movie is technically my thing, my vibe, but I can see why it was nominated for Best Picture, and I can see why people enjoyed it a lot. The Elephant in the Room, which is one battle after another. This movie, out of all the movies, has gotten the most controversial roller coaster ride of a reception, and because of that, I don't think it's gonna win as much as we think it's gonna win. The more I watched one battle after another, the more I seen the cracks. And I talked about this on my TikTok where I was saying, like, I don't even think Paul Thomas Anderson understands what he made. I don't even think he has a direct message. And with all of those feelings and then watching the movie, you're just like, I don't know what this movie is. That being said, the performances in this movie were amazing. I think Chase Infinity did an amazing job, especially for her first role. Leonardo DiCaprio was so good that we don't understand that this was a good performance. And I know it's like, well, it's Leonardo DiCaprio, duh, but it really truly was a great performance. Benicio del Toro is the heart of this movie, as I believe Tiana Taylor's performance really propelled, even if you did not like her character, it really propelled the story and you feel her presence in the rest of the movie, even though she's not there. All that being said, I just don't think One Battle After Another is the movie masterpiece I once thought it was. The car chasing scene, the editing, the music, and that moment is my favorite part of that movie, hands down. Outside of that, Hamnet is a movie that is getting called Oscar bait, emotional manipulation, which it is a little bit, but I don't care because Jacoby Jupe's performance was so amazing. Jessie Buckley's performance was so amazing. The cinematography in this movie, it's a shame that this movie was not nominated for Best Cinematography. It's disgusting. But my favorite thing about this movie is the power of art and the power of transmuting your pain, your life into your art. The scene of the play happening at the end was so moving, and it wasn't just, oh, it's emotional manipulation, I know I'm supposed to cry, but once you realize and you see Jessie Buckley understand that this is Shakespeare's pain being transmuted into this art form, and this is why people love him, and this is what he can do with his plays, that part was most moving to me. People are talking shit about the song. I just think people want to talk shit for the sake of talking shit. Like, it was a beautiful sequence. I watched The Secret Agent for the first time a couple of days ago. It was the only movie I hadn't watched in the Best Picture nominee lineup. And I'm not gonna lie, the first hour of this movie demands you to be patient. Cause I was watching this like, okay, I'm not seeing what the people see. Like, I don't know how this movie got nominated for Best Picture. And then it gets to a point and it's just go, 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 go. I was so locked in after a point, but it takes you a moment to get there. Honestly, Brazilian film, what they are doing in Brazil with film is so fun and quirky, but also so resonant. Brazilian film is some of my favorite international film to watch when I do get the chance to watch it, because they do so much. They just be eating, like, I don't know, they eat. They really do eat. I think Wagner Moura, he does such great work. And I think in any other year, if it wasn't this year, he might have had a shot at winning Best Actor. Great performance, great movie. Bugonia is also one of my favorite of the bunch. I don't like that it's not getting a lot of shine. Jesse Plemons also deserved to be nominated for Best Actor. And I think the subject matter is most relevant to us as a society right now. I feel like Bugonia, where we have these conspiracy theorists who kidnap a CEO and they are so disillusioned by what's going on in the world that they are latching on to these conspiracy theories, is really, truly what is happening and what our society is right now. And I feel like it's not getting the love that it deserves. I don't think it's gonna go home with anything, unfortunately, but it really is that good. And last, but especially not least, what I do think is the best picture of 2025 is Sinners. And I'm not gonna get to, I've watched this movie probably 4 or 5 times now. Everybody on set was doing their job. I think the performances are amazing, the direction is amazing, the script is amazing, the cinematography is amazing, the sound is amazing. I am predicting a little bit of a Sinners sweep, and I think it's deserved. I think that this movie is beloved. I think it's different. I think it's a whole bunch of things together that shouldn't work. It's a musical, it's a vampire movie, it's a period piece, and it's a predominantly Black cast, and it sounds like on paper that would not work, and somehow Ryan Coogler makes it all work and meld together to where you're like, of course it works, of course this makes sense. You're not even questioning that it's 5 different things jumbled together, and I feel like that is the mark of a great movie. Now, before I officially predict who's going to win Best Picture, I'm going to run through the other categories that I think are going to win and why I think they're going to win. F1 should get Best Editing. I think One Battle After Another is going to get Best Editing, even though I don't think it's deserved. I think that their car chase scene was very well edited. I think that's it. I think F1 deserves the editing a little more. Best hair and makeup, best production design, and best costume design, I think are all gonna go to Frankenstein. And the fact that Frankenstein is my least liked movie in the Best Picture nominees, it's kind of funny that it's gonna go home with 3 Oscars. I do think Frankenstein is gonna go home with 3 Oscars, which is kind of wild because I don't necessarily think that is a Oscar worthy movie. No shade. No shade. Best original song should go to I Lied to You, but it's gonna go to Golden because K-Pop Demon Hunters was an amazing movie. I loved it. Golden was one of the biggest songs. It's a K-pop song, of course, but Miles Caton has been on a campaign singing I Lied to You everywhere he possibly could, and I don't think he's gonna sing it at the Oscars. Best adapted screenplay is gonna go to One Battle After Another, even though I think it should go to Bugonia. Best original screenplay is gonna go to Sinners. I still have to read that screenplay. I've read snippets and it's good. It's gonna go to Sinners. Shout out to Ryan Coogler. Best supporting actress, I have no clue. I think if you would have asked me 2 months ago, I would have told y'all it's going to Teyana Taylor, period, done. Then it started getting wicked, it started getting crazy. Amy Madigan won at the Golden Globes, I think. She also won at the Actor Awards. Wumi Musaku won at the BAFTAs. I don't know what's gonna happen. I think it's leaning towards Wumi Musaku, but usually whoever wins at the Actor Awards ends up winning at the Oscars. I'm not completely mad at Amy Madigan winning because I think she was good in Weapons, but we gotta be serious. We gotta be serious. If Amy Madigan beats Teyana Taylor and Wumi Musaku, don't say nothing to me. Please don't piss me off. Like, best supporting actor, I honestly think, this is not me being delusional, I honestly think that Delroy Lindo could win this. Even though Sean Penn won at the Actor Awards, I don't think that it's gonna be that natural, oh, he won here, he won there, he's gonna win there. I think that because Delroy Lindo was not nominated at any other awards, we don't have that data. But I think that he's been put in the paint, and I feel like Sinners has been on a tear. We cannot discount that Sinners has been on a little campaign tear right in the week of voting. So I think Delroy Lindo is taking that award home. Best actress is the only one I know who especially has in the bag, which is Jessie Buckley. I'm not gonna argue there. Best actor, if you would have asked me 2 months ago, I would have told you Timothée Chalamet. But luckily for me, everyone has came to their senses, and I think Michael B. Jordan is gonna go ahead and take that home. So shout out to Michael B. Jordan on your Oscar. Best cinematography is also gonna go to Sinners. I think Autumn has been doing a great campaign. I've been seeing her everywhere, and I have not been seeing the other cinematographers really do a great campaign, honestly. So shout out to her. And I think that would make her the first woman to win for cinematography. So period, she ate that. Best director, I have no clue. I think because Sinners might do a little sweep up and Ryan Coogler's gonna get that screenplay, I think they're gonna give it to PTA because PTA is beloved, which I don't think is fair. But we know the Oscars are more politics, it's not fair. Still haven't had a black man win Best Director, still haven't had a black person win Best Director. But you know what I'm saying? You win some, you lose some. For Best Picture, I still don't know. I want to say in my gut that it's Sinners because of the campaign, but I think, again, because Sinners has been scraping up, they're gonna go One Battle After Another. If you would have asked me 2 months ago, I would have said One Battle After Another. It's Paul Thomas Anderson. The people love him. He hasn't had a big award like that. I'm gonna be pissed if it's One Battle After Another. I won't be surprised. It should be Sinners, because Sinners truly is the movie of 2025. Let me know down in the comments, what do y'all think? There's so much going on. There's so much. I'm literally gonna be holding my breath once we get to those last couple of categories. I'm not excited for it at all. Like, it's exciting, but it's not at the same time. I feel like I'm gonna tweak out if we get a little bit ridiculous. Don't forget to leave your letterbox under my letterbox judging video, because at the end of the month I will be gifting someone a patron account on Letterboxd. So don't forget to like that video and make sure you guys comment your letterbox. Make sure you let me know what you think is gonna happen at this year's Oscars, and while you're down there, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.